Layden, how surprised were you guys, and kind of what, can you just share some reactions of the players when they heard the announcement? And the fact, can you tell me how you heard it, and then as a group when y'all first got together?
Well, it was a shocker at first because the way we found out on social media. All of us found out on social media. At first, I didn't think it was real at first because you know how people just put stuff out and you actually don't know if it's true or not. And then that's when bigger accounts got a hold of it, like ESPN and all. Then that's when we knew that it was real. And then when we got into the meeting room, it was a early meeting. And so we had to make sure we got everybody in there because some people were still asleep because we called the meeting earlier than we were supposed to be scheduled because we were supposed to, treatment starts at 11, stretch and stride starts at 12. So, you still had some people sleep. So once we got everybody up there, everybody's reaction was the same. We was just surprised. But then, after it sat in, we got to it and we were good.
Can you tell us about Coach Layden Robinson and kind of what he brings to y'all? It seems like players really love him.
Oh, Coach E is great. I mean, I've developed a relationship with him, especially from my freshman year, from me being on scout team and going over there. He made it way easier on me as a guy, just trying to find his role on the team, and he always was there for me when I needed him. And I even had a relationship with Coach E before he was a coach here because when I was in high school going through camps, I saw him and I had conversations with him and just realized how great of a coach and great of a guy he was. Coach E has a great relationship with our team and just the players on our team because he's a great coach in general. You just see his energy in practice and you just see how he interacts with us outside of ball and how he just want to know us as players. It's amazing.
Layden, I'm curious, how interested are you going to be, understanding that you only have a few more games to play here, will never go play for the next coach, and then you've got an NFL career in front of you. So how interested are you going to be in this process of finding a new coach?
Well, I'm gonna be interested in it because these are my brothers at the end of the day. You always want the best situation for your brothers, even though it's not really gonna affect me, but it's gonna affect my family in a way too. So I just want whoever comes in, whoever they decide to come in, to be the best person possible for this team to succeed and for this team to keep going on the right path with the culture.
Do you players want Elijah to be the head coach?
Well, whatever decision they come to make that's what we're going to have to roll with because at the end of the day, it's a business and what we have to do is make sure that we got their backs and the full support of everybody on board.
As a senior, do you feel your role's going to change in these last few games with this happening?
I just take it as the same approach as I've been taking all year. Just come to work every day and keep the guys up afloat and make sure that we're doing our job.
We've heard about Elijah, that meeting that you first had with you guys. What was that meeting like? And then in the coming days, just what has he been like as far as talking with the players individually and making sure that everyone's okay?
The meeting was just about brotherhood and making sure that you have each other's backs and make sure that we play for one another. That's all the meetings have been about, and we got each other back. All we got is us, and that's the mindset that we're going into for the rest of the games of this season. So that's a big thing that he's been talking about, especially during practice. Also, just coming together, making sure we come together as a team. Offense, make sure you're always talking to the defense more. It's not just about position groups; it's more about that camaraderie of the team, and that's what he's been preaching about, and that's just the most important thing he's been saying, and I believe we've been coming together.
In your mind, how close is A&M competing for SEC championship? I mean, 2020 had an awesome year, right? Like North Goal won it. And then since then, you're 19 and 15, and a lot of those 16 losses are. I mean, you're right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, what does it take to get over the hump and win those close games, and then how close is A&M competing for SEC championship?
I believe we're close, but at the end of the day, consistency is key. you got to get over that hump of having that consistency. You know, you see what we can do when we're all on board, when we're all doing our job and we're all doing our assignment. But we have to make sure we have that every single week. We have to make sure that we limit our mistakes and limit hurting ourselves with the mistakes that we may make. But we're there. We just gotta find out, you know, was holding us back in those situations. But this program is on the way there for sure.
Do you have any opinion on what was holding you back?
No, sir, I really don't have an opinion on what's holding us back because, you know, my job as a player is to make sure that I'm here for my brothers, I'm here for my teammates, and that we just make the adjustment that our coaches tell us to do and do it to 100% to the fullest of our capacity and our ability. So that's just my job as a player. So I don't really have an opinion on that.
Were you surprised at the timing? 41-point win, scored 35 points at Ole Miss, came down the last play. Were you surprised at the timing of all this? It seemed like things were maybe on the uptick, 3 close losses in SEC play.
You know, everybody was surprised by it. Everybody was shocked by it. But at the end of the day, Coach wouldn't want us to like soak or anything like that. He'll want us to make sure that we get up and go get the next win.
Were you able to say goodbye to Coach Fiser, and if so, how so?
It was immediately and effectively, so we didn't get to say have a face to face or say goodbye with him. But I did have opportunity to text him and just thank him for everything, and that's how I did that.
And you heard back.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel like the players with remaining eligibility are doing just in terms of focusing on these last 2 games? And I'm sure a lot of people kind of big picture want to make sure they're evaluating their options and everything, but how do you feel like they're doing at just staying focused on that?
I feel like they just got right back to work because we still got a schedule. We still got ACU, and after ACU we got LSU, and we're bowl eligible. And then so now we got to make sure we focus on that game too. But we're taking it 1 week at a time. They just got back to work. We're not worried about anything else right now. You have to be where your feet are at.
So how was practice? Could you tell a difference in how practice was?
You know, practice was good. Practice, there's not too much of a change in practice. You know, we're still going and we're still getting our work done because you got to get the work done no matter what the circumstances. So practice is not really that different. We're going at it in practice and we're giving each other that energy and we're making sure that we keep the energy flowing in practice so that could lead to good practice and lead to a great game.
Layden, do you have any thoughts about playing a final game in Kyle Field this week, and then B, you have 2 games left in your career? Do you have 3? You know, would you play in the bowl game?
No question. I'm most definitely playing in the bowl game. That's for certain. I'm sticking with my brothers all the way through. I'm definitely playing in the bowl game. That's no question. And me playing this last game in Kyle Field, it's surreal kind of thinking about it. Because just I could think back when I was a freshman coming through those doors and, you know, just trying to make a name for myself and trying to prove that I belong here and just want to be the best team player that I possibly could be. I mean, time flew by. Crazy time flew by, and it's crazy in the blink of an eye when they really tell you enjoy those moments. You really want to enjoy those moments because I've never thought that literally this week would be my last game in Kyle Field. I can tell you that right now. So it's like a bittersweet moment at the end of the day.
Anything your quarterback did on Saturday surprised you? You see that coming?
No, he didn't surprise me at all. We knew what he could do, especially when how he was preparing in practice, and in the plays that we had for him in practice. I knew that he was going to do good because, you know, they were Mississippi State. I believe they was preparing for, you know, Max, and that's an adjustment that they was gonna have to make in the game. And just seeing how comfortable he was and how poised he was, I knew that he was going to be fine. And especially after that first play, when I think he got like a 5 to 6 to 8 yard gain, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, we rolling. So and then after that, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be fine.
The coaching change, you kind of glad it's a non-conference game this week as opposed to a conference game? What does that matter?
It doesn't matter at all. Your opponent is faceless. is you're preparing for everybody like you're preparing for the last game ever. At the end of the day, it all comes to how much you love football, and no matter who you're playing, no matter what's going on, this is the game that you've loved ever since you was little. This is the game that is, if you treat it right, is going to give you the privilege to take care of your family forever. So you don't take that lightly. So that's what goes in and up.
When was the first time you remember talking or meeting with Jimbo, and just what did he kind of mean to you over the years?
Well, like I say, my first time a meeting with Coach Fiser, I believe was after a camp, because I remember one time he came up to our high school, and that's when he was meeting because we had a couple of players that was committed from our high school at that time, and he was meeting with them. But I was young, so I saw him, but I didn't really get to talk to him. But after a camp, I got to talk to him, and that's when I got offered after I did great in that camp, and that was just a great moment for me, and just what he meant to me over the years. I earned everything, and I did my time, and I'm forever grateful for that. The talks that he had with me throughout the years, and just telling me what type of player that I could be, and what type of mindset that I need to have in practice, and him just preparing me to be better every day. I always forever grateful and thank him for that.
So you care about this program. Who do you believe A&M should hire?
That's not any of my concern. I do care about this program. It's very dear to my heart. I just pray that whoever they do hire has the best interest for the team, and really loves this place, because this place is really special, and they will put everything into this program. Whoever gets this job is going to be very blessed, and they're going to feel the support of the 12th man, and just the support from the fans, and just the support from the world in general, because they will be that much loved here. I mean, this is unlike any other place, and I've never been any other place, but just hearing coaches that came from other places talk about this place, especially my coach. He tells us all the time this is a special place. So whoever gets the job, I just pray to have the best interest of the team, because this place is definitely going to have the best interest for them.
I thought you might be on the search committee.
What was maybe the main message of Jimbo's post game after Saturday's game, maybe not knowing that was going to be his last?
His message was at the end of that game was, you see what we can do when we have everybody in, and talked about even just the mistakes that we had that we could have capitalized even better. That's one of the main things he always used to say after games, and just how we just got to all be in together and don't win and feel good. that was one of his biggest points, and we was like, yes sir, it does feel good, especially having a win like that in front of your home crowd, because all week he was talking about just the support from the fans that we had, even though the season we were having, we was losing tough games at the last moment, and he was saying the commitment from the fans just to come out for that night game after the season that we're having, that's amazing. So why not give them that performance? And we did.
I just want to thank you for saying that you wouldn't opt out, that you play in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
In this time, a lot of players opt out. But even Myles Garrett was going to be the #1 overall pick, but he still played in the bowl game and was like, what would you tell a teammate that was considering possibly opting out and not playing that bowl?
I would just tell them to make sure they think about everything first, but also it's bigger than you at the end of the day. This is the last moment that you'll get to play with your teammates. This is the last moment that you'll get to play with your brothers, and why not go out with a win with them? It's no rush. You need to cherish these moments, and I feel like that's very big. And Coach Adazio, he talks about that with us all the time. So that's how I knew it wasn't even an option. I knew for surely that I was playing in this game, and that's not even a question. So I would just tell them, to think about it and just make sure they're looking at it from all aspects, because at the end of the day, this is not just about you. It's about all of us. We're a team. We're a brotherhood. Together, the stronger we are. So just having us all there and just all in that moment to finish off with a win, and just to go out like that on top, that's just amazing. That's an amazing feeling.
Hey, Layden, I have 2 questions
Uh-huh.
For the next 2 games in the bowl game, and then what about just the mindset with a lot of people talking nationally, they're looking to be able to a lot of eyes on you guys?
Oh, the mindset of the team is just the same mindset we have going in every week. Do your job, know your responsibility, prepare, because you never want to not prepare for a team and they shock you. At the end of the day, we're not taking ACU lightly at all. And as we're looking at their defense, they run some of the same things that Mississippi State ran, so that's also good for us because it's nothing new, and it's something that we was practicing on last week and something that we should really pick up on this week. But we just have to make sure that we're preparing for them greatly, and we don't really pay attention to all of the outside noise, everything else going in, because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters is what we believe in, what we think of each other, who we see as dependable on the team, and making sure that we're as strong as our weakest link, and our weakest link is going to be the strongest person possible. So that's all that we focus on.
And you've been with this team for so long, with a coaching change, the transfer portal opens, and the transfer portal will be opening next month. Just what is your message to maybe younger guys, and maybe recruits who might be changing their decisions with coaching change?
Well, my first message is to the younger guys that may be thinking about getting in the portal is what Coach Adagio always tells us. He said, look in the mirror at yourself and tell yourself, did you give everything? Did you give 100% every single day? Do you truly feel like you gotten better? Because if you haven't gotten better, it's going to be the same somewhere else. If you could look in the mirror and tell yourself, I've gotten better, and my technique is where it is, my mindset is where it is, I know my assignments, and it's still not working for you, like, okay, you could go somewhere and you could try it out. But if that's not the case, why? Because it's going to be somewhere else. You got to be 100% real with yourself and look at yourself in the mirror. And also, like, for recruits, I can just say, think about life after football too as well. That could go for the same thing as players that are thinking about entering the portal as well. You also have to, because life is more than just football. You got to think about, like, your career. You got to think about great people who you want around you who can help you when you're done. Because I know this place is very special. They see you more than just athletes. They want to know about you. They want to know what your career is. They're always looking to extend that olive branch to you to help you when you're done playing ball, and because they know that you're a hard worker and they will want you working for them, or they have a friend that they want you working for because of just the hard work and dedication that you put in for the sport. So you have to think about things like that. It's more than just football at the end of the day. It's about life.
Like you said, this is a special place. Sounds like you're expressing that you, I don't want to put words in your mouth, that, love the university and being here and all those things. And I know you can't speak for anybody else, but I wonder if you have a sense, some of the younger guys, do you think they feel the same way about this place as you do?
I believe our guys feel the same way about this place that I do. I don't know about everybody. Everybody has different feelings. Everybody have different thoughts. But just like you said, I've been here a long time, and I've seen everything. I mean, I've seen older guys when they get done playing ball, they had a job right there waiting for them. Because of their career that they wanted to, and the communication and the olive branches that they made, the handshakes that they made with people, and they just have a life after football and great opportunities. So, yeah.
Layden, just curious, in your opinion, what makes Layden Robinson the best fit to keep his team together and just lead Joe the rest of the way?
Because the type of man that he is. It extends more than football with him. If you just sit around him and just know his values as a great family man, a great father, just a great person in general, and a great coach. Like, you just have to sit around him and know what type of person he is, and just how genuinely great he is. That's when I can say that's what makes Coach fit for the job. You just have to know him.
All good. All right.
Thank y'all. Have a blessed day.
Very much.